That's going to go in a frying pan, cook it up for a minute or two, toast them, get the aromas out. Once you've done that, put them in a pestle and mortar, grind them right down into a sort of powder. So that's going to be a lovely flavour there. Now we're also going to use some ground spices as well. I've got 1 teaspoon of fenugreek, 2 teaspoons of turmeric, 2 teaspoons of paprika, 1 teaspoon of chili powder. Now you could add an extra one in if you want, nice and hot, but I'm just going to use 1. Then we've got 1/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and then 1 teaspoon of salt. Now we've also got 4 cloves of garlic. Peel those, crush them down, and I've got a piece of ginger, fresh ginger, probably about 40 grams there, good sized piece, bigger than me thumb. Peel that, grate that down, and then that all gets mixed in with some yogurt. Now I've got 150 grams of natural yogurt. This is a Greek yogurt, so that all just gets mixed. That's going to be in a marinade, and then we rub it all over the chicken, and that will be delicious. Now I've also got 1 lime there. Now what I'm going to do is just chop that into segments and nestle that in between the bits of chicken. So there's all the sort of spices and, you know, for making up the marinade. Now we've also got the chicken pieces as well. So what we do is, once we've got the marinade all ready, I'll show you the chicken. We're going to make some cuts in it, and then we're going to rub all that marinade over the chicken. So I'm going to go over to the hob first of all and just sort of toast these spices here. Now, just to show you, this is the husk, the sort of shells for the cardamom pod. So I've taken all the seeds out. Now, what we can do is just put that in there all together. Switch the heat on, medium or below, I would say. So let's just switch it on. Now, you only want to do this 1 to 2 minutes. You'll know when it's time because your kitchen is going to smell wonderful. The aromas are going to come out, and oh, it's going to be delicious. And now and again, give them a mix around. Now you notice we're using a dry pan. There's no oil or anything in here, so just keep moving them around so they all get nice and toasted. I'm just starting to get a little hint of these smells, and it's lovely. Now I've had mine cooking for a couple of minutes, and I reckon they're pretty much done. Nicely toasted, beautiful aromas are coming off here. So I'm going to put that straight in my pestle and mortar, like that. I'm going to take it over to the table, and we can start grinding it all up. Now what I'm going to do is, with my pestle and mortar, I'm just going to give them a good old bashing and carry on until they've turned into like a powder. So I'll carry on doing that. Now with the toasted spices, I was bashing them and now I've been grinding them, and I've got a lovely powder there, so that's ready to go. Now I'm going to move that aside, get myself a bowl, and we're going to start making up this marinade. So let's start with the spices. And we've got those ground spices. Obviously we didn't toast these, just came straight out of the pot. And I've got the ginger and the garlic. And then we've got this yogurt. That's it. Now really, you can just give this a bit of a mix. Now I'm going to put that aside because that's all done. Smells wonderful. Going to grab me chicken. Now what I'm going to do with the chicken is get myself a knife. I'll just do it with one of them, and then you can do it with the rest. Just grab it, and in the thickest part just kind of cut down a little bit. Try and use a sharp knife and mind your fingers. So carry on doing that with all the rest. So I've finished all the bits of chicken. Now that'll help to get the flavours into the meat, but also help them to cook as well. Now what I'm going to do is, I've chopped up my lime. I'm just going to grab one of the limes and just rub it where you've cut it really in the slits. So I'm just going to do that again with all the rest. So now we've got the chicken prepared. I'm just going to start off spooning some of this on each one of them, and then I'm going to rub them in. So we're going to thoroughly rub this in. Now I'm just going to rub this all over. You really want to kind of massage it in, all the nooks and crannies. this is going to make it so delicious. So once you've done that, obviously just do it with all the rest. Again, just give it a final rub. Lovely. Oh. Now also, with these little bits of lime, I'm just going to nestle those along there for now. So I've got my chicken pieces, we've got the marinade on there. Then what I'm going to do is cover it with some cellophane, place it in the fridge. Now you want to leave it in the fridge to marinate for at least 4 hours, up to 24 hours. Obviously the longer you leave it, the more intense the flavour will be. But even after 4 hours, this will still taste really delicious. So put some cellophane, pop it in the fridge and cook it when you need to. That's it. So I'll see you tomorrow. Now it's the next day. Now I left my chicken in the end for 24 hours because I really want to get loads of flavour in the chicken. But like I say, if you can't leave yours 24 hours, try and at least give it 4 hours. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to unwrap the cellophane, like so. Oh yeah, look at that. Lovely. Smells really nice, even when you take that bit of cellophane off. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to transfer mine onto a wire rack and we're going to cook it in the oven. Now I'm actually going to switch my oven on, temperature wise 180 degrees Celsius, 350 degrees Fahrenheit, gas mark 4. Now the oven's just come up to temperature, so it's preheated. So let's place the chicken in there. And what I'm going to do is approximately cook for about 45 minutes. So I'll probably have a look at mine round about the 40-minute mark. And you know, cook it a little bit longer if we need, just to finish it off. You're really looking for a nice golden brown colour, and also you can always test to see if your chicken's done, because if you stick a knife or a skewer in and the juices run clear, then it's cooked. So leave that and I'll see you in about 40-45 minutes. Now I've had the chicken cooking for just over 40 minutes, so 40. Now I'm going to pull that out. Check to make sure it's cooked, which I think it is. It's got a beautiful colour on it. Look at that. Absolutely delish. I'm going to put that on the table, have a look at it, and then we'll leave a bit of tin foil over it just to tenderise. So I've got my chicken, as I say, I cooked mine for just over 40 minutes, but you know, always check it and make sure it's nicely cooked. Now, the way we can do that is just grab one of the sort of thicker parts of the meat, give it a squash down, again give it a squeeze, and you see the juices came out clear. So that's nicely cooked. Nice easy way to do it, but otherwise you can always open it up just to make sure on one of them. But mine's all done. Now what I'm going to do is to leave mine just to tenderise for about 10 minutes. So just loosely pop a little bit of tin foil over it. Leave it for 10 minutes to tenderise, and then we'll come back and try one. Now, I am going to choose one of the bits of chicken, and in fact, I'm going to add that one that was at the front with the crusty bits on, because it looks absolutely yum. Look at that. Now also, with this lime that's been roasting in the oven, you can just squeeze any juice you can get out of there on there. Oh, that's lovely. Now I made a quick mint sauce up. I mean, obviously you could serve this with rice, it could be part of your Sunday roast, nice salad, you know, you can do what you want with it, but I made this mint sauce up. I'm just going to serve a little bit in there like that. That'll do. Lovely. And it's nice and chilled as well. Lovely, lovely. Now, I'm just going to grab this in my hands. So, let's just have a look. Look at that. Oh, I'm going to try that. Try not to make any mess. This is wonderful. It's, oh, I want to savour every bit of that. That is so delicious. So many nice spices come through at the same time. Wow, lovely. You make this, you won't be